Hey everybody, it's Emily from ARG Schooling, and I'm going to do a book haul. So this is my March book haul, and I have a lot of books. I'm a little bit embarrassed at how many books I bought. I bought too many books this month, but you know, what are you going to do? So here, in no particular order, are the books that I bought in March. I'm going to start with Breathe by Sarah Crossan. I got this mainly for grade 9 because I needed something along this vein of type of book. This is about the future world where oxygen is in high demand because there are no more trees. People live in glass domes where they have to pay to breathe, basically. And the protagonist of this book has to go and find a better, or I think they've been banished. I don't know, I haven't read it yet. I think they've been banished or something, and they have to go and find a better way to live, basically. And it's young adult, so I'm hoping it's not too overly young adulty, you know, too tropey. I'm not a fan of that, so I'm hoping it's good so that I can add it to grade 9. I also bought The Last Wild by Piers Torday. I actually got this at the same time as Breathe, and basically for the same reason. This is a book about a boy who has to save all the animals from extinction because like all the animals are becoming extinct. So I think it follows the same basic idea of the climate changing has caused this catastrophe, and our protagonist has to save the day. And I want to say this is a middle grade novel. And it says on the back it compares to Roald Dahl and Norton Juster, and I'm like all about that. I love them, so I'm hoping it's good. So something I bought for grade 9. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this probably isn't going to happen. But, you know, in all the reading I've been doing for prehistory and geology and all of that stuff, I kept thinking, what would be cool as an elective? Survival skills. And I know how crazy that sounds because I'm an indoor girl. I am not all about going out into the wild and surviving. I'm about staying in my house and being warm. So, I don't know. I think I watched too much Naked and Afraid, but I bought Bushcraft by Morris Kachansky. This is an outdoor skills and wilderness survival guide. I don't know. It's cool though. It has lots of like diagrams. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Diagrams and stuff. It's all about like how to build a fire, how to build a shelter, how to find food, how to find clean water to drink, and it's, you know, everything you'd want to know. And I also got, along with that, Edible Wild Plants, a North American Field Guide to over 200 natural foods. So, yeah, there's a small chance that I actually do write that into the grade 9, but I'm not going to hold my breath because I don't know if I have it in me to actually do any of this stuff. But hey, it's interesting nonetheless. And my daughter just had her birthday. She just turned 7, and I bought her the Daring Book for Girls. I'd been eyeing this for a while, and I mean, she's 7. I don't think she's quite ready for a lot of the stuff in here, but I thought maybe her and her big sister could go through it together and find some cool stuff to do. I also just recently replaced my Lord of the Rings trilogy book set because my original set that I've had for forever, like 20 years old and falling apart. The pages were falling out and I was really sad, so I decided to treat myself to a new set, and these just like completely appeal to me in every possible way. The little box, it's like, it feels like leather. I don't know if it actually is leather, but it feels like leather. And the books themselves are just so stinking cute. They're like pocket size, so like it's like smaller than my head. Isn't that cute? And they just like look how pretty. They're just, and they feel really nice. They feel like leather, and they're small, but like very readable. So like the words don't feel too tiny. So I really like these. And I got these on Amazon, and they were only $30. So it's really not a bad price for what you get. And they look like they're going to hold up really well. So a few years back, I wrote an election unit for Build Your Library, and I'm updating it right now, or I will be updating it right now. I haven't actually started that yet, but I need to, since, you know, election, hello. But I bought this book, The Kid Who Ran for President by Dan Gutman, to maybe add to it. I haven't decided. I have to read it first. I haven't read it yet, but I've heard good things about it, so I'm hoping it's good. It's like a not an early chapter book, but, you know, I mean, it's got like the big print. So I would say this is probably more for like the lower mid-elementary level. But yeah, I'm going to read it and see if it might fit with the election unit, possibly. And I also bought the Neil Gaiman box set of his children's books. This is The Graveyard Book, Coraline, and Fortunately the Milk. And I got these because I really wanted Coraline. I haven't read Coraline or Fortunately the Milk. And I read The Graveyard Book last year. I read it in the fall, and I've loved it. And I've read a few of Gaiman's books, and I really like him. So I went ahead and got myself the box set because they're pretty. I like this for my daughter. It's called A Mango-Shaped Space by Wendy Mass. She asked me if she could have it, and of course it's a book, so I said yes. So I just bought this for her. I don't think she's read it yet. This is about a girl who for her sounds, numbers, and words all have colors, and I don't know, it sounds really interesting, and the cover is really cute. There's a cat, and I want to say Mango is the cat, and that's a cute name for a cat. And I also picked up The War That Saved My Life by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. And I got this based on the recommendation of a friend of mine who said her son really enjoyed it. And it's a Newbery Honor book, and it's about World War II, so pretty much you had me at World War II. But I started reading this. I'm only a little bit in. I think, yeah, I'm about 40 so pages in. But this is a story about a girl named Ada who has a clubfoot, and her mother mistreats her. She's locked her in the house. Ada is like 9 or 10 years old, I want to say, in this novel, and she's not even learned how to walk because her mother won't allow her to do things. And when the war breaks out, Ada's got a little brother who is treated normally, and he's going to be sent away during the bombings. And Ada wants to go too, but her mother will not let her go. She said it's not worth the time to send her. She's better off being at home getting bombed. So she sneaks out with her brother and escapes to the countryside. And then the story goes from there. And I think this is like a coming-of-age story about, you know, learning how to accept her disability and overcome it. And yeah, I'm hoping it's as good as it is at the beginning, because I really have enjoyed it. Okay, I also got these 3 books here to go with the Harry Potter unit I'm going to be writing soon. So I got stalled out on Harry Potter, but I'm going to pick that back up soon, I think, because the problem I was having was that for the first 3 units, I have the literature unit for the book, and then a Hogwarts course where, you know, I take it and make it into a real world study. So like for book 1 we did herbology, which was botany. For book 2 we did astronomy, and for book 3 I did care of magical creatures, which was mythology. So I was like, what do I do for book 4? Because I know for 6 I'm going to do potions, and I know for 7 I'm going to do history of magic, so I'm like a little bit stuck on 4 and 5. So after much thinking and driving myself crazy, I think I'm going to do Transfiguration. So I bought physics, a Basher science book. I bought Changing Matter, which is a very short science book, and I got Transformed: How Everyday Things Are Made. And it's a really cool book. It has lots of great pictures and like anything. This is cheese, how cheese is made. And matches and aluminum foil and surfboards. So it just looks like a really cool book. So we're going to see what I can do with that to make a transfiguration course. And I also bought A Little Bit of Dirt, 55 Science and Art Activities to Reconnect Children with Nature. I don't know, I've been editing grade 1. I grabbed this because I thought it might fit nicely, but I don't think it will. It's a cool book. I really like it, but it's just not as, I don't know how, I can't quite put my finger on, but I just don't feel like it would be as good a fit as I had hoped. So, but it makes a nice supplement. I would recommend it as a supplement if you're doing grade 1, or if you just want some fun nature activities to add to your day. There's some really cool stuff in here. I have only 3 books left to show you, and these 3 are my books that I bought just for me. No, nothing to do with anything else for school or build your library or anything. These are just for me. I got myself Neil Gaiman's American Gods. I've been hearing so much about the TV series that they're making based on this, and I really want to read it. And so I bought that. I also have been hearing a lot on BookTube about this series, A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. It just sounds like a really cool book. It's fantasy. It takes place in London, but there's like different levels of London, and each level has like magic, and like there's Grey London, which is like the normal London, then there's Red London, where life and magic are revered. White London is a city slowly being drained through magical war, and Black London, which no one speaks of. I don't know, it just sounds right up my alley, really fun and intriguing, so I'm hoping to get to this sometime in the near future. And I know it's a series, but I don't know how many books are going to be in the series. I know there's the second one just came out recently, so I just bought the first one to see how it goes. And then this last book I got as for myself for my birthday, which is on Thursday. I'm going to have a birthday soon. So this was my present to myself. I want to say it was on Lindsay Ray's channel that she has this, and I saw it on her shelf and I was like, that is gorgeous. I need that book so bad. So I happened to be at Barnes & Noble the other day, and I was looking through. They have a whole bunch in this like fancy hardcover editions. Lots and lots of books. They had everything from like all 7 Jane Austen novels to American Gods and Anansi Boys together in one edition, to A Wrinkle in Time trilogy. So anyway, I found that they did in fact have the Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and I was so excited! It's all 5 books in one volume. It's got the silver edged pages. It's just like so freaking beautiful. Like I can't even. It makes me so happy to see this book on my shelf. And I've actually never read the other 4 books in the series. I've only ever read The Hitchhiker's Guide. So I'm like, I really have to read the rest of the books. And I'm excited to finally get to that, because now I have them. So that is my March book haul. And those are all the books that I bought this month. Thanks for watching my video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!